Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kay and thank you for joining me today. So in this video, which I finally got to after God knows how many weeks, I wanted to make a video regarding alternatives that could be used instead of the Sakura Jelly Roll glaze pens. As most of us know now, these beauties are discontinued and the company Sakura did confirm that because they said that they cannot no longer source some of the components that go into the ink, which is really sad because these are stunning pens. So what could we use as an alternative? So I've got a few little bits and pieces here that I want to go over. Now I am using the lovely set that Becky sent me, and I was also sent by Cheryl as well, some glaze pens. So thank you so much for sending them to me. So I've got a little bit of a stash before these run out. So yeah, these are the original Sakura ones. I thought I'd use the brand new ones because you know, because it would be fair, because the other things I knew. So what have I got? Maybe I should go through what I've got. So before we actually try it out in my Johanna Basford book, we've got the Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze, which we are comparing against some 3D jelly rollers that I bought a while ago. Now these do say Langur, and I have looked for these on AliExpress. Honestly, I have searched and searched and I cannot find them anymore. I know they came in 2 packs of about, or 3 packs should I say. How many have I got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18. So yeah, 3 packs of 6. I purchased these, I would say, about a year ago now. Yeah, probably about a year ago, if not more. And I cannot find them anymore. And the only ones that I managed to find are these ones. And I don't know if these are actually the same, but these are from AliExpress as well. They're the 3D jelly pen. I think I have got links where, if I can find it, I will put links in the description. So these are just taking a little bit of that rubber thing that comes on the end off. So I don't know if these are the same, but we are here to test them. I think I have got a link for these, but like I said, I could not find. These have got like a triangular barrel. So they've got 3 sides, and they do actually say Langur on them. They say 3D Jelly Langur, but you could try searching for them, see if you can find them. But those are them. And then I've got these, like I said. And then the lovely Chelsea informed me that she uses Shands, and this brand called Shands, and I found these on AliExpress as well, and so I thought I'd try them out. So thanks, Chelsea. So Chelsea's Creative Colouring, please do check her out on YouTube. So she said that these are quite good, so we can test those out. And then of course we've got the clear glaze pen, which of course is by Sakura, so it is discontinued, but that is very versatile because even if you haven't got the coloured versions, you can just put this on top, you know, of a coloured pencil or pen or whatever, and it will give a similar look. I still prefer using the ink ones, the actual coloured ones, for some reason. And then I wanted to try out and show you the Decoart Triple Thick by Americana Brilliant Brush On Gloss Glaze. And I'm going to use a brush to apply that. So I've just found a brush here that I'm going to use. And then you've also got Glossy Accents by Ranger. The disadvantage of these is, of course, that it's less convenient to use. But Glossy Accents does give quite you know, quite an obvious glossy finish, I'd say. But I wanted to compare those particularly with the pen, and they might be the only things we can actually use really. So first things first, let's have a look on some, let's look in the Joanna Basford and try these out. Sorry if this video is a bit all over the place. I haven't really, I mean, I planned it a little bit, but not massively. So let's use a green. I'm going to use the Jelly Roll Sakura glaze first, because that's what we're testing against. So stunning. Yeah, just what we're used to. Flows beautifully, beautiful colour coming out there. And then maybe I should use a pencil here. That's a 2H. I don't like hard pencils, and that's an 8B, so I don't want to be using an 8B. 4B, it's a bit too soft. Now I'm going to spend 10 years looking for a pencil, but let me see. Oh, I've got one here. Right, okay, so this is the Sakura. Trust me to find the periodic table one of my favourite pencils. Right, and then I'm going to try the, now this is not exactly the same green, it's like a bright green actually, so I'm going to use that. This is a triangular barrel Langua. Now you do have to press a little bit compared to the other glaze pen, but yeah, it does give out quite a lot of ink. So that's the Langua triangular barrel one, and then I'll just write Langua triangular. Now that's the one that I can't find, so I'll put a cross next to it or under it to show that I can't find that on the AliExpress. And then we've got 3D jelly pens. I think I have got a link to this one, so let's take the green, and I'm just gonna take the little plastic thing off. And then what leaves should we do? Let's do these. That's not too bad actually, but it's all a matter of how it dries. Went a bit out the lines then. So that one is the 3D jelly pens, which doesn't seem to have a name on it, but it's from AliExpress. And then let's try the Shands. So let's put that there. I think that's quite similar to the other one, this one here. Shands. I managed to get it all over my finger as well, which I always seem to do, which is a bit annoying, but there you go. So there is that. So I'm going to show you a close-up. And they all look alright so far. I love the finish on the, well, I haven't let it dry yet, but they don't look that different to each other. I do think the Sakura, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just some unconscious bias. I think that finish is the best, but then again I haven't let these two dry fully. I'm going to let the Langua triangular one dry. Now I am going to use a bigger area for this, and I'm going to use it over some coloured pencil as well. But let's just try another colour, shall we? So let's go with, what about, I've got a red in these. No, I haven't got a red, but it doesn't matter. So what I'll do is, so that's the Sakura. Which is our loved one, the best one. So you can see there. And then we're going to go with the Langua. I can't find a red, but I can find this little neon one. Wait a minute. It's not working very well actually, that. Like I said, I have had these for about a year. That one doesn't work properly, so I am going to have to use an orange. Right, this is an orange Langua. You do have to press it a little bit for the for it to come out. And then the 3D jelly on AliExpress is next, which I have got a, this is the most red one. It does look a little bit orange actually, but let's try it out. Now while these dry, I'm just thinking it would be useful to try out the clear glaze. So Shands is the last one, which looks like more of a red colour actually than the previous one. Oh yeah, definitely a nice red. I'd say that's even could be better than the Sakura one. It is very what's the word, juicy, very, very juicy compared to this Sakura here. It doesn't, hang on, maybe it's not flowing as well. It doesn't seem to be flowing as well, this one, this red. Yeah, it does not seem to be as flowing as well as maybe the other colours. Let's have a look. Should we do an orange on the glaze? Yeah, see this one here. Can you see that it's flowing much better? Sometimes that happens with the glaze pens. Very rarely. The pen, I don't know why, but maybe I need it to scribble with it a bit longer and then it usually goes okay. I'm just using it. See, it doesn't seem to be letting a lot of ink out. So yeah, like you can compare it with the orange much better. But yeah, I'd say from looking at it so far, I'd say the Shands and the Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze are the most similar, and the Shands so far seems really good. I think I'm going to do a swatch as well, and I'll do that off camera, or maybe just do a like a speeded up version of it and then see how that goes. So let's put this to the side and let's have a look at some of the clear application of this glaze. So I've got the clear pen. Now this is of course the most versatile of all. Make sure that this works first. There. Right, and bring you in so you can actually see it going on. So this is just some scribbled pencil. And I'm just, I think it's the Posca pencils because I just have them on my desk. So, I mean, you can still see the white of the page through. So I just wanted to do this quickly. So that is, can you see the glaze pen, the clear glaze on there? Haven't gone over the whole thing, but just in the middle. So that's the Sakura glaze clear pen. And then let's try the glossy accent. Now it does get blocked, you know, the tip. So I just use, I got it near here somewhere. Yeah, what I do, just reach for it. What I do is I use this paper clip that I've lengthened out, and then I just sort of poke it into there, and it usually clears it up. So let's add a bit of this. So this is quite dimensional. It goes on thicker than the glaze pen, of course. It is more expensive, of course, because you're going to get a thicker look. You can tell straight away. I mean, I'm going to have to let that dry. And then I've got the triple thick brush on gloss glaze. So with that, I'm just going to use a brush for taking some of that out and putting it here. So let's try it. Now you get a lot more of this, and you can apply a thinner layer compared to, say, the one before, which was the Arranger. So that's that one. So you can try to get rid of the, what was I going to say, the brush marks. How you apply it, I suppose. You can see the brush marks there, but you can try to get rid of them with your technique if you want. That in there. Okay, so that is, in fact, let's write it in. So that was the glossy accents. Now, glossy accents I would only use with, like, because it's thicker, I'd probably only use it for a single-sided page, because it will, I think you can feel it from the other side of the page, and it is quite a thick look, so use it on small areas, whereas this one, triple thick Decoart gloss glaze, you get a lot more in here. Bring you out a bit, sorry. You get a lot more on here and in here, sorry, and you can apply it with a brush. I suppose you could get a brush and, you know, spread that out a little bit so it's thinner, so you could do that if you wanted. That is going to take a longer time to dry, but if you look, these are two good alternatives, I think, to the glaze clear pen. The only thing I would say is, obviously, it's less convenient than having a glaze in a pen, but I would probably go for this one if I were you. And you could get a smaller, you know, you could get a smaller bottle of the glossy accents. This is a bigger bottle, but I think it comes in half the size as well, so you could use that for places where you wanted, you know, a more impactful glossy effect rather than just more of a subtle effect. Because if you look at the glaze clear pen, it is more of a subtle effect, and I think the triple thick Decoart gloss glaze gives you that. You could indeed spread this glossy accents out as well, I suppose. I don't really want to try to do that right now because it's already been on there for a while, so it will be drying. So some of it will be dry and some of it won't be, so it probably wouldn't work. All right, so there's that. Now, what I might do is just do some swatches and then come back and show you what I've got. So see you in a bit. Okay, so I have come back to show you the results of that first little colouring of the leaves, and you can see that the Sakura one by far I like the best. I'd say the one that's the most similar is the Shands actually at this stage, and that's because the Sakura ones are quite, one of the things that I really like about them is that they are completely transparent in terms of, you can see the line work underneath, and you can see the line work underneath here, whereas with the Langua Triangular it's faded out the line work a little bit, and so has the 3D Jelly pens. And the Shands seems to be better at not covering the line work, but we can of course check that. So let's use a blue colour here. Okay, so if we just look here and try, I've got the blue Sakura pen. Just need to, that's it. I just need to It's not flowing so well. I don't know why it's not flowing so well. Let's have a look. The green's flowing a little bit better, so there you can see that it's completely transparent there. Okay, so let's try the blue for the Shands and put that here. I'm just going to go over that, over the window, just to demonstrate. And you can see that it is, obviously this is a darker colour, but I'll also use a green. Let's see, use a lighter green. Yeah, similar to that one, and you can see that it is quite transparent, and that's one of the things that I really like about the Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze, that it is quite transparent, so you can see the line work underneath. Let's just check the 3D jelly pen, and you can use a green for that as well. I mean, you can see it. You can see the line work. It's, I guess, how thick that you place it. It's just on here, some of the line work has disappeared. So, yeah, I guess you got to let it dry, don't you, before you can really know for sure. And then the Languo, the ones that I can't find, I'd say they're a little bit more opaque, not as transparent. You can't see the line work. It's a little bit, yeah. So I think if you want something similar to the glaze pens in terms of being able to see the line work through it, then the Shands would be really good. The only negative that I find so far from doing all of this testing is the Shands. The tip of the pen is a little bit thick. The line is quite thick, whereas with the original Sakura glaze pens, you get a thinner line, which is what I prefer, just because it gives you a little bit more control. And this is the 3D jelly pen, which is similar again to the thickness of the Shands. I'd say it slightly gives you a thinner line, slightly, very slightly thinner line than the Shands as well. So yeah, that's the opaqueness and the transparency. And then the other thing I wanted to show you as well regarding the pens is the swatches. So I'll bring it out a little bit. And so this is the Sakura swatches that I've got, the original glaze pens that are going to be discontinued. The Languo, you can clearly see, are not as good. The Languo 3D triangular gel pens, which I can't find on AliExpress anymore, they're not as glossy. The 3D jelly is, I mean, if some of them look a little bit more glossy than others. The black is not very black, as you can see, compared to the black Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze. I think the Shands black Jelly Roll is similar, not as good as the original Sakura black glaze, but it is definitely blacker than the 3D jelly pen as well. I think there was a colour, the clear in the 3D jelly, which I did put on this, and if you look, it's dried and it looks horrible. It just looks white instead of clear gloss, so that's definitely not a win. If you compare it to the Sakura original clear and also the triple thick Decoart Art Gloss Glaze, it's definitely not great. I don't know what's happened to the glossy accents. It's because I've been moving the page about, you see, so it's not been drying level. So, having said all of that, I think I've discussed the clear pen one and the tip sizes and the transparency. I think in conclusion, these are my conclusions. I think if you're looking for a colourless overlay, I would go for the triple thick Decoart Art Gloss Glaze, this basically. I would go for this. No questions asked, this would be it. This would be the choice to go for. Yes, it's going to be a little less inconvenient because you're going to have to use a brush to put it on, but that's your best bet. That's the thing that I've found that works the best. If you want a very obvious gloss and a shine, I would go for the Glossy Accents, but this is definitely the winner if you want a clear glaze over coloured pencil or pen or something like that. If you want coloured glaze pens, then the alternative I would use to the Sakura would be the Shands. Even though the tip size is a bit bigger, which isn't ideal, particularly for me as a personal preference, it's the best glaze look from what I've tested anyway. If there are any other pens out there, then I don't know, I haven't been able to test them because this is all I've got. Someone did say, I do remember now, someone said that you could use the paints in a glass painting kit, which I just happen to remember now. So yeah, so this is like in a glass paint. I mean, you can buy these, of course. Hopefully not making it go everywhere, like my hands are a little bit of a mess. But apparently this is gives a similar look. This glass paint gives a glossy look. So that's another alternative. I only remembered that now when I was summing up. I've got so much crud over my fingers. Look at that. I'm such a messy person. Right, so yeah, I mean, it looks okay, but I don't know if I would actually go to the extent of buying glass paints just to make it look glossy. But then again, you never know. It's an option, isn't it? It's an option. And I wanted to mention that. So thank you to the person who did let me know that that could be another option. But so far I'd say if you want a clear glaze, triple thick Decoart gloss glaze is my recommendation. And if you want coloured pens, then I would definitely go for Shands. So I have Chelsea from Chelsea's Creative Colouring to thank for that, because yeah, these are really good. I just wish the tips were a little bit finer so that it would be, you know, offer more control, but they are really, really good alternative to the Sakura Jelly Roll Glaze. And that's it. That's my conclusions. I hope you found this video useful. And until next time, guys, take care. Happy colouring. Bye.